Who wanted the baddest? Let's see. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO. This how it's finna go. I'ma throw some jabs. Make them think my punch is weaker than I hook his ass. This the ring, not the kitchen, but I'ma cook his ass. Me and him, that's the pro versus the rookie class. All my life I had to fight, but I still love it. Me and BVO got moves that you can't steal from us. And these haters be throwing shots, but I don't feel nothing. I ain't gonna lie, shit, they alright, but we a little rougher. Step up for the title and face your rival, this ain't no little tussle. Bet I be no bird, being chicken to get your feathers ruffled. Footwork, I'm dancing around my opponent like the Cupid shuffle. Good work, bodies hit the flow, they can't move a muscle. The upside is we ain't in the streets, shooting and shooting up. Catch me in the ring, sticking, moving and suited up. I know everybody can eat, but I ain't full enough. Oh, you said it's smoking some beef? I guess I'm pulling up. Oh, we boxing? Yeah, we boxing. I need that belt like it ain't no other option. So we punching and weaving and blocking. Defeat ain't an option. Let them know. Shoot a video, put it on BVO. Let them know. Every time I punch, it's a heavy blow. BVO, bound to hit like bricks cause it was set in stone. Let them know. I ain't getting body, but I'ma hit this flow. Yeah, way more than a show. This is BVO.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy BVO Boxing coming to you live and direct. What's going on? So we got a lot to talk about today. So I want to talk about a couple of different things, man. We're going to have like a little bit of a watch party. Just waiting on my brother Marky Dad to come in here. But I'm telling you, I'm super disappointed in what I'm seeing in boxing. At the end of the day, I'm telling you, got Tank Davis, really, again, not giving people the fight that we want to see. I think it's a travesty because at the end of the day, this is supposed to be the biggest star in boxing, right? And he's still not fighting the best. I don't understand how he gets that designation of being the face of boxing. He's not fighting the best. At the end of the day, you even got Sugar Shakur Sanchez about to fight Frank Martin. So, I got to give credit where credit is due. It's kind of nice to see at least somebody that's trying to fight the best. I'm telling you, I heard Tyson Fury today say, I don't care about being undisputed. It means nothing to me. How do you say that? How do you say that as a fighter? How do you say you don't care if you never become undisputed? I'm telling you guys, man, some of the stuff that we're hearing in boxing, it's just detrimental to the sport. You can't tell me the sport can survive with people like Tyson Fury in there saying, I don't care if I become undisputed or not. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I just think that is such a lazy, selfish thought. At the end of the day, man, you go into boxing to be the best. You don't go into boxing for no other reason. It's the most dangerous sport on the planet. What else would you do? Why else would you get into a sport that dangerous if you don't plan to show everybody you're the best? It's just, you know what? It's just been an overwhelming thing in boxing. It's like we can't get the Arthur Beterbiev versus Demetrius Bivol fight. That's the type of stuff that really just takes the wind out of your sails, man. When you watch boxing, you know that you're not getting the best. We get all excited about the Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford fight, which to me was a terrific fight. But guess what, guys? At the end of the day, we still are not getting all those fights that we want. And I'm telling you, it's not good. It's not good to know that no matter what we do, no matter what the fans say, what the fans desire, we're going to get the big fights. I don't understand why we can't get the big fights. It's just getting ridiculous at this point. You got Tank Davis getting ready to fight Esau Cruz for what? You beat him with one hand. You think I want to see you fight that bum again? It's just, you know what, at some point, man, we got to just call it what we see. This is cowardice. It's just like cowardice, bro. Why are you not fighting Devin Haney? Now, we all know Devin Haney and his dad, Bill Haney the pimp. We know how these guys get down. But guess what? We understand what they're going to do. But guess what? They're fighting Regis Prograis. Again, Devin Haney and Bill the Pimp are fighting Regis Prograde next. They said they were going to fight Regis Prograde, and now they're fighting him. Now you got Sugar Shakur Sanchez versus Frankie Martin. So you got Frankie Martin, Sugar Shakur Sanchez getting ready to fight. And it's like these guys are fighting for the vacant WBC 135-pound belt. And it's like, when are we as boxing fans going to say enough's enough? Because I'm telling you, this is just ridiculous. What I'm seeing in boxing, it's ridiculous. It's getting worse. It's not getting better. It's getting worse. That's why the UFC is overtaking us. That's why you see bare knuckle, slap league, all these goofy leagues that would never even exist in the boxing that we all grew up watching and loving. It's just crazy, man. At some point, man, we gotta call what we see. And what I'm seeing when I look at boxing, it's horrible. This is the worst. This is some of the worst times in boxing. I don't understand what's going on. I don't see why it's working out this way. But it's just some of the worst. I mean, I'm telling you, it's some of the worst boxing from great fighters, supposed great fighters ever seen. We giving, Terrence Crawford and Errol all this credit, but let's be honest, that fight happened 4 or 5 years ago. The moment that Bud Crawford was saying Errol's name, the fight should have been made. I mean, we don't talk about this, but Errol Spence has only fought like 2 or 3 lefties. And every time he fought a lefty, he get beat to death. I mean, I still understand. We don't even know what these guys can do. We don't know if they have what it takes. And when they do get tested, guess what? We got to make such a big deal because we're only going to see them fight maybe once a year anyway. You guys realize we've only seen Errol Spence fight like 3 or 4 times in like 5 or 6 years. I mean, what are these guys doing? What are these guys? I don't understand. Maybe they're making too much money. I could be wrong. Maybe they're making too much money. But I'll tell you this. What they doing in boxing now, it's just been the worst I've ever seen. It's been the worst I've ever seen. Hold up, y'all. Give me 1 second. I'm about to bring my brother Marky Nana so we can watch some of these fights. 1 second. All right, so I dropped that link. Let me know when you get in there, Mark. But I have to say this, man. It's just been crazy what I'm experiencing in boxing. I mean, it's just been awful. I mean, I can't tell you a time in boxing that's been worse than this. I mean, we had the heavyweight champ get on the stage today and proudly say, hey, if Usyk doesn't take peanuts, I won't fight him. If Usyk don't let me do whatever I won't fight him. And don't get me wrong, I'm not the biggest Usyk fan. But at some point, man, you got to fight somebody, man. The best must fight the best. It's got to happen that way. That's how it should have been going. I don't know what happened. And I'm telling you, now I kind of understand. It gives credence to the fact that everybody was so frustrated with Floyd Mayweather because at the end of the day, we don't have guys out here who trying to fight and trying to show that they're the best. We got a lot of guys who do a lot of talking. Like Biggie said, brothers living it, brothers talking it, but ain't living it. I mean, dude, I seen Tyson freaking Fury say on the stage today that he don't care if he becomes undisputed. It means nothing to him. It's like, come on, dog. What are you even in the sport for if you don't care if you do well? You don't care if people see you. You don't care if people want to be a part of what you're doing. I mean, it's just like, you know what? At some point, man, we just got to call a spade, man. Tyson Fury is a complete coward. Tyson Fury is a complete coward. And I'm not going to go back and forth with you. He a coward. He's a coward. He doesn't want to fight the best. Tank Davis is a coward. Tank Davis is a coward. And I got this call what I see because these guys have all the chips in their hand and don't want to fight the best. At the end of the day, say what you want. Yes, Ali did some exhibitions. Yes, a lot of the greats did some exhibitions. But at the end of the day, man, what we see in the boxing, it's crazy, man. He said Tyson Fury is a coward. Why is Wilder ducking Andy with weak legs under him? I'll say this, Technique. Salute to you, my brother. I don't I know that Deontay Wilder wants to get in there with Tyson Fury, but Tyson Fury will beat him to death. Not once technically am I saying that. I think Tyson Fury is a terrific fighter. He's a terrific fighter. I think to beat a Tyson Fury, you need like a Big Daddy Bo or like a Larry Holmes, somebody big, pause, and strong that can stand in front of him, bust his body up because he don't keep his body in the best shape. You need somebody like that. I just don't understand how you can stand there as the lineal heavyweight champion, the baddest man on the planet. We all know the heavyweight champion is the real champion. He's the only champion in boxing. Everybody else is just a name bearer. There's only one champion in boxing. That's the heavyweight champion. So this cat's the heavyweight champion of the freaking world and gets on there and says, you know what? I don't care about fighting the best. Unless you want to take a little bit of money, I don't want to fight him. I just don't understand. I've never seen it in my life where you have a guy this talented. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm telling you, Tyson Fury, if he was to play his cards right, could be one of the best heavyweights of all time. He really could. He got all the height. He's big as a house. And I just don't know of anybody in this current group of heavyweights that can beat him. What you think, Mark? What you think about Tyson Fury saying he won't fight Usyk unless Usyk takes 2 or 3%?
Unless he what?
He said he won't fight Usyk unless Usyk takes 2 or 3%. What you think about him saying that?
He's a duck. Straight up. That's the only thing I can say. He's a fucking duck.
It's just crazy, man. I just never, ever in my life thought I would see a guy this talented. Seriously, man. This talented, not have the heart, man, to fight a guy that he would beat easy. You know what? I tell you this. What I've seen from Daniel Dubois, who's a very limited fighter. Daniel Dubois, if I'm saying his name wrong, forgive me. He's a very limited fighter. He's a journeyman at best. And to see what he did to Usyk, I mean, let's be honest, he stopped Usyk in that fight. I mean, everybody want to talk all that crazy stuff with my brother Bruce Gas. They want to talk all this crazy stuff about, oh yeah, no, he hit him he hit him in the nuts under the belt line. Come on, you know, like I know, man, for what we've been watching boxing. That was a clean shot. They actually robbed that kid of an opportunity to become the unified champion. And I tell you what, if I was Daniel Dubois, I would go to court about that. Man, what about you, Mark? Would you go to court about that?
Yeah, if I could. If it was about the heavyweight championship of the world, yeah, I would. If I had the chance to actually win, definitely. Because, I mean, he got a case. That shit was it was right on the belt line. And Usyk's trunks was covering his belly button.
Hey, you know what's so funny about the whole Usyk Tyson Fury saga is that Usyk has said, whatever you want, I want the fight. Whatever you want, I want the fight. And you know what? It's just, I tell you what, man. I can say as a long-term boxing fan, I've been a boxing fan since 1995. So I've been a boxing fan since I was 5 years old. Since 1995, I've been a boxing fan. And I tell you what, it almost makes you want to cry real tears when you see that these guys are cowards. These guys don't want to be the best. These guys don't want to prove themselves. And there's more money available than it ever was. Back in the day, it used to be 1 or 2 fighters who got all the money. Now everybody has a chance to make some money. And just to see guys really not caring and just like, you know what? Hey, I don't care about making the money. I mean, Tank Davis, let's be honest here. The same money he's getting with Esau Cruz. You can tell me if I'm wrong about this, Marky. He can get that same money with Devin Haney. What you think, bro?
No, he'll get more money with Devin Haney because that fight will sell more pay-per-views.
And you know the funny thing about it is, even talking about that fight, nobody wants to talk about that fight. Nobody wants to say what you just said. Like, he probably, you know what, bro? I think he could do 1 million pay-per-views with Devin Haney. What you think?
Absolutely. That if he could do a meal with Ryan, he could definitely do a meal with a. Actually, you know what? No, no, no. I take that back. Shit. No. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. He would do a million with Haney. Yeah, because you got to think about it, BBO. That crowd that Tank Davis performed in front of, it was what 1.2 million,
Yeah, that's what the pay per
and
views.
he performed. He knocked Ryan Garcia out in exciting fashion. So them people, they're gonna come back for a Haney fight. Definitely.
And you know what you're saying is true. I just don't understand it. This is what I'm saying. And my man Bruce Gas, he knows this. You just didn't hear Muhammad talk like this. You didn't hear. And you know what's funny? And it's the thing about it. People talk about, oh, it's more money and this, that, and the third. When you the best or when you the king of the hill, whether it's Jack Dempsey, whether it's Jack Johnson, whether it's Joe Louis, whether it's Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier for his short time, Ken Norton for not Ken Norton. What's the guy? Larry Holmes for his short time, or Mike Tyson for his short time. These guys, man, they love the sport. They didn't care about the money. They don't get me wrong, they wanted to make the most, but they really cared about the sport. And just to see the sport deteriorate the way it is, I mean, it's not the same sport. It's not what I grew up watching. It's not what I like to see. I mean, you realize that Tank Davis is a big star for no reason. There's no reason that Tank Davis is a big star, bro. There's nothing that he's done in his career other than fight Leo Santa Cruz that tells you he's a star. And I think it's just, I don't know, Mark. It's just very disappointing because I literally seen the heavyweight champion get on an interview today with Fight Hype and say, I don't care about being undisputed. I don't care about showing the world I'm the best. I don't care about defending the belt. And when you're the heavyweight champion, I mean, whether it's Lennox, Ali, I think the thing people don't realize. Go ahead.
Oh no, my nephew just tripped. I laughed. My bad. Go ahead, BBO.
What I'm saying is, no matter how you look at it, man, the best goes in there, beat up all the contenders, and then they start beating all the up and coming guys. When Lennox beat Tua, David Tua was a monster. Everybody like, oh, Tua might have a chance. One of my favorite fights of all time. And I'm gonna try to see if I can find it. I'm not sure who's that fight under, but I love Vitaly Klitschko versus Lennox Lewis, bro. Vitaly was whooping Lennox's head. And I'll tell you this, if he wouldn't have got cut to the bone like that, Lennox would have lost. He would have 3 losses on his record. I'm telling you, Vitaly Klitschko, in my opinion, is one of the best fighters to ever touch the ring. I don't think Vladimir Klitschko had anything on Vitaly, bro. Vitaly was a dog. He was strong. And his brother being in the boxing at the same time kind of hindered him. Because Vitaly Klitschko, I'm telling you, bro, you could drop that brother in any time in boxing history, and he's going to be a monster. What you think about Vitaly, man? You being a boxer.
No, I agree 1,000%. I mean, Lennox, he didn't train for that fight, and you could see it. He was just out of shape and gassed by the I want to say the 3rd round. He was gassed, but Lennox was a motherfucking dog. He was just fighting back. He eventually opened that cut in like the 2nd round. Man, that was a great fight. It was just a shame that, Vitaly got cut. He could have been champ that night. I definitely agree with what you say about Vitaly being better than his brother. His style was just a lot more fluid than Vladimir. Because Vladimir was just jab, 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 then right hand. But with Vitaly, he'd be throwing combinations. He'd throw right hooks to the body, then come up top with an uppercut. And he had a lot more. I don't know what it was, man. He was 6'6", BBO, and throwing combinations. He was just a different beast.
Yeah, he was. I mean, you know what I think it was, though, bro? Salute to my brother Kareem. I think it was the fact that he fought so much like a brother, man. You never seen a dude that big and goofy looking, throwing combinations, like you said, go right to the body with the right hook, come upstairs with the and don't forget, he hit you with uppercut, and he'll bring that left right across that jaw. He was just like you said, fluid. Where Vladimir, to me, was one of the most basic. You talk about a robot, My God. It was jab, jab, right hand. Jab, jab, right hand.
But you see, the thing is, BBO, man, like, if you go look at Vladimir before he got knocked out by Corey Sanders, his style, bro, he was better than Vitaly. His style, he was throwing way better combinations. To me, he had better defense than Vitaly. But what happened is, them niggas found out he had a glass jaw. And he had to change his style up entirely. He had to make it super safe. So what? But he could still knock them niggas out using that shit, bro.
Hey,
so, I mean,
and that's funny because I just, thinking about you saying that makes a lot of sense. Like I'm looking at my notes and I'm thinking like that is true. That's why we got the box of the story on here, Marky Dan. Because at the end of the day, I forgot about that. Vladimir, if you touch that chin, he's going to bed. And I remember, and it's funny you said it because I remember when Joshua knocked him down, I remember saying, you know what? If Anthony Joshua hit him, it's over. And as soon as he hit him, it was over. and the funny thing is, people forget that Tyson Fury beat him from pillow to post. And I don't know. I know you've seen that fight. You know what I always wondered? Did Vitaly want that fight? Because when you watch that fight with him versus Tyson Fury, it looked like he didn't want it. Was that just me seeing that, or you think that's what it was? He didn't want it. When I see that fight, I don't know, man, Marky. I didn't think he wanted that fight. What do you think, man?
You can hear me, BBO?
I can hear you. I said, what do you think about?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just think Vladimir was technically overmatched in that fight. There's nothing he could do with Tyson Fury.
The thing I wonder is this: I've never seen a guy completely change his style like this, and almost to an extent, he's almost a different fighter than the Tyson Fury I grew up watching. Because Tyson Fury, me and Tyson Fury are actually almost the exact same age. I think he's like maybe a year older than me. I'm 33. He might be 34. Or he might be 33 as well. But I just never seen a guy go from being a bouncy boxer, trying to catch his technique through bouncing around boxing, to just coming in there, laying on dudes and getting them out of there. Like, people don't understand.
Yeah.
When he fought Deontay Wilder, even the third time, he beat the heck out of Deontay. That wasn't even close. That was a straight up beat down. Like, you can say, oh yeah, he got that egg scrambled, which he did. He got that egg scrambled. I mean, that egg was scrambled like twice in that fight. But at the end of the day, bro, me and you both know, like, when Tyson Fury was in there, he was holding Wilder down, uppercutting him, hitting him to the body. And I think Wilder might have went down 3 or 4 times. And that last time, his body was lifeless. I mean, it was just lifeless, bro. I just wondered to myself, how do people, and I like Deontay Wilder, how do people want to see Deontay Wilder fight Tyson Fury again? Why is that, man? Do they want him to pass away in the ring, or what is it?
Well, anytime they get in the ring, it's excitement. Whether Wilder's getting beat to death or Tyson Fury's getting off the canvas, it's always going to be excitement. So I personally, if they did, well, they got to get Fury would have to get Usyk out the way first if they were to make a 4th fight. That's the only way people would accept that shit. But I wouldn't mind it if they did a 4th fight after Usyk, because no matter what, it's going to be excitement when those 2 motherfuckers step in the ring.
Hey, and I think it's funny that you say that, because I've never seen a guy, especially with Wilder. People gotta give Wilder his credit. I remember seeing at that first fight, I said, you know what? You gotta draw, never fight him again, stay far away from him. But this dude had the intestinal fortitude to say, you know what? No, I want it right back. And it was Tyson Fury standing away from him, like, no, I don't want it. I want another tune-up. I remember he was fighting this guy. I remember he was fighting Pinata, Safari, whatever the guy's name, all these random guys. I've never seen a guy do what Tyson Fury's done. Tyson Fury fights random nobodies and then steps in the ring with the baddest mofo you got and beats him to death. Like, beat Vladimir Klitschko to death. Beat Wilder to death.
No, Tyson Fury, he's a complete fighter. His style is complete. He can come on the inside and fight you close. or he could just pick you to death from the outside. It's really no area that he struggles from. That's why I don't get why he's ducking Usyk. I really don't understand it. I think he could beat Usyk pretty easily. That's my opinion. Shit.
I think when you talk about Tyson Fury, I think his feet is what's scaring. I think Usyk's feet is what's scaring him because Usyk has some really educated movement that you usually don't see in the heavyweight division. So when you're talking about heavyweights, you usually don't see guys have educated feet, like where they know where to move, they know where they are in the ring. Like you could even say it's. I remember he fought a guy. I don't know if you remember when Usyk fought this guy named Witherspoon, whatever the guy was. Some guy, one of his first fights at heavyweight, trying to be a heavyweight. And I just remember him, even when he fought Derek Chisora, the brother knows where he is in the ring. And for some reason, a lot of heavyweights, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but a lot of them, not so much in the older days, but now these new heavyweights don't know where the heck they are in the ring. They don't know what they're looking for, what they're doing, none of that. They just be in the ring like looking around. It's like, do you know where you at in the ring? And I think, tell you the truth, other than seeing that, and I know how weak Usyk is to the body, I really at one point until I seen that how weak he was to the body, I thought Usyk would beat Tyson Fury. If they don't let Tyson Fury lay and hold him, I thought it would beat Tyson Fury fairly easy, man. You didn't see that the same way?
What?
Usyk beating him fairly easy before we found out about the whole body shot stuff, the whole weak to the body stuff.
No, I still had Tyson Fury beating him pretty easily. It's just too much size and too much skill, man. Like you know the saying in boxing, the great big man beats the great little man, and Tyson Fury is a great big man, my nigga. Like, come on now.
Hey, but you know what? See, I'm gonna be honest with you. See, I just think he's like that now. I look at Tyson Fury. If he was around, like even in the '90s, I think Evander would whoop him. I think the Riddick Bowe that beat Evander the first time will beat him. I mean, it's a couple. I think Lennox would beat him. I just don't think we got enough educated fighting heavyweights out here anymore that can handle him. I think that's what just makes him so like such a juggernaut almost now because can't nobody really see him. I don't know if you feel that way, but I just feel like he just ain't got nobody around that can mess with him. Because I'm telling you, if you had, just think about this, man. If you was to pick right now, Lennox at 27, Tyson Fury at 27, what would you have?
At both of them at 27 years old, I'd probably take was that before the Oliver McCall fight?
Yep. Right
man, that's tough to say, bro. I might take Fury at that point, but if it was later in Lennox's career when he met up with Emmanuel Stewart, I'd take Lennox.
See, I'm gonna ask you this. I hear a lot of people say that. I honestly thought Lennox just became more of a aggressive fighter once he got with Emmanuel. I felt like he was always a really good boxer for his size. I feel like he always had really good feet. And only thing I'll say this, I always wondered about Lennox's chin. I know that sounds crazy. The man only had 2 losses, but it just seemed like everybody that touched that chin, they didn't knock him out or anything, but you could just tell it like vibrated through him, pause. Like it just went through him. Like he felt it. You know what I mean? Because I felt a couple times in that fight, that overhand right was really punishing Lennox when you talk about him fighting Vitali. Vitali just kept hitting with that overhand right, and it was just like boom, boom, and then I don't know, man. You tell me what you think about that.
I don't think Lennox had a glass jaw. He was just in the heavyweight division, man. It is what it is. And you know, he was in some rough fights, man. Come on now. He was in a rough fight against Ray Mercer. We all know the type of puncher he is. Vitaly Klitschko in the last fight of his fucking career. Come on now. That man had a chin.
Let me ask you this.
It's just that when you fighting heavyweights and they hit you square on your chin or on your temple, like Oliver McCall and Rahman. Yeah, Rahman. It just happens, bro.
You know what's funny, man? I've actually had some OGs in the boxing game tell me that Lennox taking naps in the ring kind of takes him out of being a top 5 heavyweight. Do you agree with that, Zimmerman? I don't necessarily agree with that because just because he took 2 naps in the ring doesn't mean, he's not a great fighter. I mean, do they say that because Ali never got out?
No, that's just old head hate. Like, come on now, Joe Frazier got knocked out. Like, stop it.
Yeah,
that's just dumb.
Because it's funny because a lot of people always like wipe out the fact that who was that evil dude that Ali fought at the end, man? The dude that got somebody underlined him. I can't think of his name. The real bad dude, man. Trevor Berbick. Trevor Berbick was trying to hurt Ali. I don't know if you remember. I think that might have been his last fight in '81, I believe. If you watch that fight, man, Trevor Berbick beat Ali from pillar to post. And I swear to you, man, the older guys that talk about boxing, they always try to undercut him or talk down on him or make it seem like it was like he didn't do nothing. I'm like, bro, everybody, I don't care who you are. If you beat Ali, man, you beat Ali. I don't care how old he was. If you got in the ring, you beat him. What do you think about that? This whole thing of when I beat a guy, it don't count because he was old. What do you think, man?
Nah, but you don't get full credit for beating an old Muhammad Ali with Parkinson's. You don't get credit for that, BBO. Come on now. That's not no prime Cassius Clay. Stop it.
Hey,
that ain't nothing to be proud of.
Shit about boxing.
That ain't no prime Cassius Clay.
Hey, you gotta remember, bro. I don't care, man. I put like this. When you talk about Ali as the mom for the South, that Ali, he beat a lot of tomato cans. People don't realize until he fought Sonny Liston, Muhammad Ali, aka Cash, the mom for the South, he was a tomato can pillar, man. A lot of them guys that he beat back then were straight up tomato cans. Am I wrong, Mark? I mean,
yeah, you're wrong, BBO. He fought Archie Moore, Doug Jones, Henry Cooper. Those are 3 good names to be fighting on your way up.
And Archie Moore really is a light heavyweight. People, that's the funny thing. That's how great Archie Moore was. Archie Moore is a light heavyweight, and he was able to go up to heavyweight and really do damage. I mean, Archie Moore. Go ahead.
Well, what you gotta understand is back in them days, heavyweights were the heaviest a heavyweight would probably be is between 210 to 220. So you wouldn't have no freakishly big guys like 230, 240 unless you were dealing with a Sonny Liston or a George Foreman. So guys like Archie Moore, they could be tweeners in between the light heavyweight and the heavyweight division and still have a lot of success.
I get what you're saying. I'm just more or less saying, like, when you watch those cats, man, I just to say this. When I look at Archie Moore, his size, it told me that he was too small for that division. Because if you look at all of his fights, I mean, even I can't remember if he fought Rocky Marciano. I can't remember, but a lot of fighters, man, they were like so much bigger than him. And it's just, I don't know if you ever noticed that or seen that, but that's the one thing that always got me about Archie Moore was like, this cat was always like, like fighting giants almost. You know what I'm saying? I give him credit for that. Did you know, I didn't notice until I actually seen the movie, which I don't know if you've seen this movie, the George Foreman life story. Bro, I didn't know that Archie Moore was in George Foreman's camp. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew that. When George learned the cross guard from Archie Moore when he came back.
Yeah, I just say this, and when you look at George Foreman, man, I can't say anything. I'm not trying to go against his religious beliefs, but I feel like you talk about a guy who left a lot of meat on the bone. I really feel like when he lost to Ali, man, he really unfortunately left a lot of meat on the bone, man. Because I think, and this is just my opinion, I think he could have beat him because salute to my brother Just Do. I honestly think like this: if he would have did what Ali wanted him to do and beat Ken Norton, I think he had a chance to beat Ali. Man, what do you think, bro?
I don't think so. Not at that point. I think that I just think Foreman. I don't think he would be able to focus for that fight. He would just be like an angry bull again. Because you gotta remember, man. It took a long time for him to get all that hatred out his body and out his mind. Because that nigga, you gotta understand, he hated Muhammad Ali, hated him, wanted him dead.
Hey, that's a fact. Hey, I'm not laughing because I want about something to happen to Muhammad. I'm laughing because just George hated him, and like later in life they became like the best of friends. But it just when I look at George Foreman, I look at like a strong build, thudding power, like
Hey, BVO, we starting the fight party?
Oh yeah, I was just trying to. I was just talking while I was trying to figure out how to do it. Hold on 1 second. Let me.
I think you got to go to share screen.
Let me see. Did you send me the video file? Hold on 1 second.
I don't got a video file. I just got a link to the playlist.
All right, hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let me try to. Gotta be very, very careful. You know how YouTube do, man. Gotta be very careful. I can't afford.
Put it in the private chat.
Copyright strikes. So let me see. You said top ranker Don King, right? I hit it from there.
Yeah, them the two boys. They don't play.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. That pause and got stuck in my head. Now I can't. I'll be somewhere. I grab the door and pause. I gotta get that.
Hey, I'll be thinking. Hey, let me not even play shit, bro. BBO, you a funny dude.
Hey, I told somebody that, man, I'm about to turn the door knob. He said, "Turn the doorknob." What? I was like, dog, I didn't mean it like that.
Contaminating people around you, man.
I was like, dang, this cat here, man. Oh, man, I'm around some goofballs, man. Hold on 1 second. All right. I don't know if you can see my screen.
Let's see. No, I can't see it.
Can't see it. Can you see it now?
Let me see. It's loading. Oh, it disappeared.
It's showing right now, bro. See, that's what happens when you listen to Marky Dan, man. He an island cat. He don't know what he's talking about.
I don't see shit, nigga.
Hold on.
Anybody in the chat, y'all can see the fight? Oh, there it is. Yeah, man, I prepared a huge card. Nothing but slugfest.
He's been fighting 7 when he was only 13.
This fight features Battling Siki taking on the Orchid Man, George Carpentier of France. Siki was the first black light heavyweight champion.
right cross that hit him. Not much power behind it.
All the people in there, bro.
Carpentier has had 96 bouts, winning 82, 48 by knockout.
Hear that, man?
He himself has been stopped 4 times.
Yeah, I hear.
His most sensational bout was against the great Jack Dempsey in the United States, just a year before today's fight. Dempsey knocked him out in the 4th round, but Carpentier fought a whale of a fight up to then. Battling Sicky is only 25 years old, 3 years younger than Carpentier. Sicky was born in Saint Louis, Senegal, French West Africa. He started his ring career in 1913. He's had 46 bouts, winning all but 2, 19 by knockout. Sicky is very powerful, lean, muscular. He moves like a big cat. He's not an expert boxer, but he does pack a knockout wallop in his left hand. End of round 1. In the 2nd round, Carpentier snapped Sicky's head back time and again with stinging jabs. Now round 3 of this 20-rounder between champion Georges Carpentier and battling Sicky. Light Paris, France. 24th, 1920.
Yo, BVO, the fight. The screen froze.
Up at 7.
BVO.
People ain't got no time to do it.
Oh, dropped him.
But the guy with the canvas trying to stop somebody.
Gasping for
Somebody
those body blows hurt him. Anxious. It happens here in 5 seconds that he's broken the knuckles of his.
Yo, BVO. And we got some technical issue difficulties. We'll be right back. Gotta get the screen fixed. Man, it's a new experience for us. We're gonna learn along the way. Yo. Your shit crashed?
Still Glenn, I don't know what. See it now?
Your mic a little messed up, BBO. Show me the timestamp quick.
Bell saves Carpentier from a knockout. Round 5. Carpentier entirely on the bench. For the referee to stop the fight. That was a deliberate butt by Carpentier.
Yeah, here he started headbutting him.
The referee keeps warning Carpentier for continued fouling. Both men are... Dickey tripped and he was pushed by Carpentier. There's no knockdown. Carpentier keeps using his head like a battering ram. Well, there's one for the foot. Sicky picks him up. The end of the round. Round 6 of this 20-rounder between world champion George Carpentier, the Orchid Man, and the wild Senegalese battling Sicky for the world's light heavyweight championship here at Paris, France. There it is. Those hard body punches following that terrific uppercut to the jaw. Carpentier completely out. The crowd is mere formality. He's not even trying to get up. He took a terrible beating. It's all over. But wait a minute. The referee has disqualified Sicky for tripping. This is really something. The chairman of the French Boxing Authority has taken over the conference with the judges. The crowd is booing. They're calling the referee's decision a fix. Carpentier still
Whoa.
The three judges, the referee, Sicky is declared the winner.
Yeah, BBO, for the people who didn't hear what happened, essentially this bout was supposed to be fixed, but Sicky got angry at Carpentier for continually headbutting him, and he decided to knock him the fuck out. And the referee decided to say that he decided to disqualify Siki for tripping, and the crowd got so pissed off that the judges decided to reward it to Siki, and that's how we got our first black light heavyweight champion in history. Shit was crazy back then, BBO.
Hey, to say crazy ain't the word. You know what's funny, man? I didn't know this. I'll tell you something funny I'm reading right now. So did you know that Muhammad Ali winning the belts like he did kind of took the mob out of boxing in the early 60s? Did you know that?
You said the way how he won his belt? Nah, I didn't know that.
So basically, Sonny Liston kind of was on the fix. Like Sonny Liston, they won't say he was like, you know, with the mob or whatever, but they say he had a lot of mob ties. But to make a long story longer, pretty much this dude was in the pocket of like the Gambino family. And I guess when Ali got, into the boxing, he had, the Kentucky boys with him. They had put all that money together and got behind Ali. So what Ali did was pretty much put the mob out of business. And then as soon as he got his chance, when he met Bob Arum and them, he got Bob Arum, Herbert Muhammad, and that's when they got, Top Rank. So I didn't realize that Ali was always a businessman first. Did you know that? I didn't know that about Ali. It's like, and then the funny thing that made me laugh is that Ali pretty much was orchestrating fights behind the scenes the whole time. Ain't that crazy, bro?
Yeah, man, that is. But to me, I get what you say by calling Ali a businessman first, but with Ali, it was about principle. And I guess he didn't want them white Italian, Irish motherfuckers in his pockets.
Yeah. They were getting 20% of Liston's purses back then. That's a lot of money, bro. 20% of the purse? And you still gotta pay everybody else. But he had to give like a 20% almost like as a tribute to them. And I guess the Kentucky boys was only charging Ali 10%, but he thought that was too much. Like, people don't realize this, but Muhammad really, if he would have spent his money better, he probably could have been the first $50 million man back then. Like, he really could have, bro. Like, I don't think people understand, like, Muhammad Ali was on another level when it came to business, bro. Like, I didn't even know that, bro. Did you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's been involved in some of the biggest events in human history. That's not even a question.
But I'm just saying, but the fact that he was orchestrated, like, he's the one that got the Dylan Zaire. I guess whoever that king or dictator the guy was, that guy, all that guy wanted Ali to do was give him a phone call. Ali gave him a phone call and he guaranteed the money. That's crazy, bro. Like, Ali was getting like $8 and $10 million back in the 70s, dog. Like, that's crazy, bro. See, that's
it is, bro.
When you hear that, and when you hear that kind of stuff, man, it makes me say, honestly, Murphy, like, bro, there's no excuse. The greatest of all time fought the best and made all the money too. I don't know why these guys don't understand. If you fight the best, you can do whatever you want. You're gonna make you some money no matter what you do. If you fight the best, you're gonna make you some money. I just don't understand, like, what these guys don't understand that in boxing. Like, I'm telling you, bro, if you had Devin Haney versus Tank Davis, can you imagine that for Undisputed?
No, but they not into business. They into tricking. They into just squeezing and milking dollars and cents out of the fans and not giving shit. I mean, I will never forget when Leonard Ellerby stood on stage and said that Rolly Romero versus Tank Davis is like Hagler versus Hearns. My nigga, get the fuck out of here. Like, I don't have no patience for them type of people. Them niggas just want to milk boxing and not give shit. And that's the way how it looks Jared is going.
Yeah, hey, you know what? Jared is a true coward, bro. Like, what you don't want to say is that when we see it against Charles Martin, he'll get knocked out. He's gonna get beat to death. He fight anybody for real, he's getting beat to death, bro. I think Andy Ruiz will beat him to death because one thing about him, he get hit too much. This is the heavyweight division. It's the same thing we told Adam Karnacki and everybody else who thought they could take some punches, bro. You might think you got a chin, but you're gonna run into a guy who's gonna stretch you out, man. And it's
Yep.
like, I don't understand. Like, he let Prince Charles Martin give him all that trouble. Man, King Kong beat him to death. One King Kong 100 years old or something crazy like that. Like,
Yeah, King Kong sent him to outer space.
man, and I'm gonna tell you this funny. Luis King Kong Ortiz is average at best, bro. He's not no dangerous dude. He's average at best. Tyson Fury's beating the brakes off him. Of course, Deontay Wilder beat the brakes off him. Like, that dude is average at best. The thing about Deontay Wilder, people don't understand.
I ain't gonna go that far, baby.
No, I'm gonna tell you something. I want your opinion on this. When I look at Deontay Wilder, you know who he reminds me of when it comes to delivering that right hand? Rocky Marciano. Because Rocky Marciano was able to deliver that right hand not the same way, but he was able to find a technique that helped him deliver that right hand. And I'm telling you, bro, that's the same thing that we keep seeing with Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder just keep finding a way to pop you in the mouth with that right hand, bro. I don't know how he does it, but he be just knocking fools out. Like, I don't know how he came up with that delivery, but it's like this dude, he cock it back, boom, and it's like he knocks sweat, hair grease, all types of stuff off of Luis Ortiz, bro. And honestly, Luis Ortiz was winning that fight easy. Bro. So it's like, I don't know if you see it as like I do, but I'm telling you, man, it just blows my mind how these fighters come up with these techniques, man, and do stuff that you be like, how the heck did that dude do that? You never seen this? Some of these fights you be saying that to yourself? I say that to myself all the time. I'd be like,
Yeah.
how did he do
No,
that?
I feel that. I feel that way watching some of these old fighters. Like a fight that I have on the playlist is Kid Gavilan. You're gonna see him later. He has this punch. It's called a bolo punch. It looks like a cartoon punch. It's an uppercut, but he throws it in such a circular. It's such like a circular motion. It's just hard to describe, my nigga. You're gonna see it. I just sit there and look at that. I'm like, bruh. These niggas, they had secret techniques and moves back in them days and shit, BBO.
They definitely did, man. They definitely did. And it's funny you say that because when you watch some of these guys, it's like, man, where did this guy come from? Like, what kind of fighter is this dude? Hold on one second. I'm going to put another one up.
So Chiefs and Lions is tied 7-7.
Presenting to you, classy challenger.
Next, we got Terry Norris. He beats this dude. Oh, he beats him up. This is Cambose's older cousin.
On my right, fighting out of the pink
You joking when I say
and
that.
fighting out of Sydney, Australia. 152 pounds, and his
BBO. Damn, let me see if my shit works.
for welterweight. Contender in the world by the WBC, introducing the challenger, known as the Glamour with the
Good Lord, BBO, you got to get broadband. BBO, you back?